Well, we're leaving Deadhorse State Park Ranch.
And it was a really nice time here.
Well, we're going to stop at the dump station on the way out and empty our tanks. And actually, this will be the first time we've emptied the tanks on this whole trip.
Right?
We have been very conservative when it comes to how much water we use and everything, because most of the time our valves have been frozen shut.
True.
So we tried to empty on the way in here and we couldn't do it. The valves were completely frozen, iced over. All right, so next stop, will either be Tucson to meet up with some other YouTube friends of ours, or it will be Tombstone. All right, looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a wait here at the dump station.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll catch you in Tombstone.
So it is New Year's Day, and we are
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year. Well, New Year's is going to be long gone by the time this video gets published. But for us, it's New Year's Day, and we are in the town of Tombstone. We're staying in Tombstone. We are now driving to Bisbee to check out the town of Bisbee. All right, my ears are popping. We're climbing a mountain. I guess Bisbee must be a little higher elevation, or at least we have to go through higher elevation to get to it. Also, I'm going to put a picture up here, and you know, leave a comment down below if you know what kind of animal this is. We think it's a mule deer, but we're not sure.
Female mule deer.
Yeah, we're not sure. Okay, so we'll see you in Bisbee.
Had a really good day yesterday. We finally arrived in Tombstone about 5:30, 6 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
But before we got to Tombstone, we actually met up with some friends
in Tucson.
TJ, yeah, in Tucson. Bree and TJ and their pups Madly and Brody were there, and we were able to meet up with them and have lunch for early dinner. It was awesome.
Which the funny thing is we met them for the first time about a year ago, and we're all from the same area back home.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We actually stumbled across their channel one day, and we just found their channel very interesting, Embracing Detours, and we ended up meeting up with them and
becoming friends.
Yeah. So it was really good. It was her birthday yesterday too, so that was kind of cool being able to be with her on her birthday.
Yep. So now we're just looking at Bisbee.
Yeah, and actually she recommended Bisbee, and so did Chuck's sister Lori, and so we decided to check out the town, and boy is it cute.
So Bisbee was founded in 1880, and it was a copper, gold, and silver mining town, and was eventually named after Judge DeWitt Bisbee. That's how it got its name. After stopping here at the recommendations of some friends and some family, we were not disappointed. We really did fall in love with Bisbee. The artistic nature of the town, the way the streets are laid out, similar to what Jerome is, where streets are on different levels. This is one place that when we end up full timing, we're going to spend a little time here and actually get to really explore the whole town to its fullest. As we were driving back from Bisbee to Tombstone, we stumbled upon this old ghost town named Lowell. It was really a cool little town full of old antique cars. They had a couple gas stations with old gas pumps. So it was really interesting and a nice little find on the way back. We spent a little bit of time here. So once we were done checking out that town of Lowell, we got back to Tombstone. We were pretty hungry at this point and looking for a place to eat that would be dog friendly. Unfortunately, being New Year's Day, those restaurants were closed. So we did walk around. We were really wanting to see the reenactment of the gunfight at the OK Corral, but not dog friendly, as they say that they fear that the gunshots will scare the dogs, which is probably true enough. As expected, Tombstone was quite touristy and, not as big as what we thought it would be. But you know what? We don't mind touristy. It was kind of interesting to see, like, the places where Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday and Big Nose Kate, all those infamous stories happened. Even though, really, the birdcage was the only original building really left there from what we understood. All right, so it is our last day here, and we are packed up. Got everything hooked up on the outside, and we're ready to hit the road for home.
Yep.
Some things that we learned here, and a little advice to pass on, is that Tombstone is not as big as what we thought it would be. It's really not a whole lot to it.
Yeah, it's just really that main drag that kind of sets you back in time to show you what life was like there and learn a lot of history.
Yeah, but it's only a couple blocks long, and there's really no fast food here. There's we had to basically drive a half an hour.
Yeah, to Sierra Vista.
To
get dinner and
McDonald's and stuff like that. I mean, there are a lot of restaurants here, but we were here on New Year's Day, and a lot of those were closed, especially the pet-friendly ones. So that was one thing. Another thing we learned was Bisbee. Wow.
Really a cool place.
Yeah. Really a cool town. Almost like Jerome.
Yeah, so I was going to say, it reminds me of Jerome.
Even more of it, though. And it was, it was pretty cool. And there again, we were there on New Year's Day, so there wasn't a whole lot of restaurants open that were dog-friendly.
Right.
We were planning on maybe having lunch there at a Mexican restaurant called
Contessa's something.
Yeah, Contessa's Mexican or but yeah, we weren't able to. Another thing we did was Allie wanted to see the Mexican border, so we drove to Naca, and I guess not the town of Naca. Part of it is in Mexico, and part of it is
the Naca Highway.
The Naca,
takes you right into Mexico.
Yeah, and so she went and got to see the border and the wall, and
that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, and then as we were coming back, we discovered a little ghost town of Lowell. And I guess it was created during the copper mining explosion, or boom, or whatever you want to call it, back in the day here. And that was a surprise little gem, honestly.
Some really cool old cars and signs and gas pumps and
they had a restaurant there that was open.
It was a kitchen.
Yeah, it was like a breakfast and brunch type of place. So we didn't do that. I mean, it didn't look really dog friendly anyway. But they had old cars parked there, the old-timey gas pumps, an old, what I thought was a Greyhound bus, but it said Strayhound, so I've never heard of Strayhound.
Yeah.
I guess it was part of the Greyhound, line. Probably do a little research on that when we get home and see. And then they also had a couple motorcycle shops there, like an Indian shop and a Harley Davidson.
Right next door to each other.
So it looks like it's kind of like a motorcycle town now. And one of the trucks said broken spoke, and had like Daytona and Sturgis and something else painted on it. So it must be like they go to motorcycle rallies and stuff. So that was really cool. And after that, we came back and we did do the birdcage walking tour with Nikki. That they did let us do that. It was dog friendly. You just have to ask kind of politely, and the lady told us that as long as we carry her, they don't have a problem with it. She says, you can sit her down some because she looks like a good dog, she said. And I'm like, oh yeah, she wouldn't do anything wrong. And then the gentleman at the
very bottom,
yeah,
next to
at
the
gift shop, the gift shop, yeah, he saw us holding her. He's like, you can put her down. He says, you ain't gonna hurt nothing. I'm like, oh, okay. So that was nice. And then that was very interesting tour. It was like $28 for the two of us, and honestly, I thought it was going to be $7 a piece. I don't know why I thought that. I thought they said earlier it was $7 per adult, but maybe that was kids, I heard. I don't know. But at any rate, it was $28.
I thought it was worth it.
But it was worth it. You know, if you're going to make
really interesting.
Yeah.
To see where Doc Holliday had sat and played poker at the table. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we got to see where
like the bedroom, like downstairs. I guess it was for the traveling
performers.
Yeah, they had like a couple bedrooms downstairs. There was a bar downstairs, which actually said that the original whiskey barrel from when they closed, that was the original whiskey barrel,
and
still there.
And some of the beer bottles were still there.
Beer bottle or liquor bottles, yeah. And the stove was original. So supposedly that was the only original building left here in Tombstone that was not reconstructed or what do they call it, refurbished or.
And she was even saying that the floors you're walking on right now are the same original floors way back that Wyatt Earp and
Doc Holliday and all those guys
walked on.
Yes, that was pretty cool. Expect it to be a little touristy. It was touristy, but I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for different reasons than I enjoyed like Bisbee, and Bisbee I enjoyed differently from Lowell. So for some reason, we lost some ending footage to this trip. I don't know what happened. The camera cut off, and I guess we didn't know it, or the file was corrupted. So we just thought we'd punch in here and wrap up this video and wrap up this whole trip.
So our Christmas trip 2019 was definitely an epic trip.
Yep.
It was everything that I had hoped for and more.
Nikki, what do you think? Did you enjoy it? I think Nikki enjoyed it quite a bit. Nikki actually wants you to hit that red subscribe button and join us on our adventures.
That's right.
And give us a pause up. Boop. Drop us a like and a comment, and we will see you in 2020.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.